Welcome back to One Comic Book a Day. We're covering Action Comics 191, Calling Dr. Superman, which is not an accurate title at all. He does no doctoring, even a little bit. There was that, oh God, how long ago was that doctor story? It was possibly pre-World War II that involved him actually doing, well, something helpful towards a doctor. This one's a little more like this. This is basically a story where Clark is pretending to be sick so he can be close to a man that some guys are after. He's basically in a coma, very sick, from them shooting him before. Now, this is a story I kind of like. I feel like that we've been on a run of stories I kind of like for a while here. I don't know if I'm just getting soft with age, I guess, by the day, or we've entered a sort of competent era of Superman stories. Not like a greatly well-written era of Superman stories, but just stories I can be a little softer on because I think they succeeded in what they're trying to do instead of a lot of massive failures or small failures to what was trying to be accomplished versus what they did accomplish in a Superman story. Even this one's set pieces that kind of have nothing to do with the rest of the story, or just moments to get away to have Superman accomplish some sort of impressive feat, are better than they usually are, like Superman pulling up a road to cause a tornado to go the opposite way. It's a lot more fun than, say, him just running in and beating up some criminals, which is honestly a lot of set pieces. It's better when Batman does it. At least that seems hard. And him having to pretend to be sick adds a little more conflict. Still not a lot of conflict, like when he ever has to act like something's going on and you think there's people watching him, and it would be a lot more difficult for him to get away to be Superman. It's actually still not that hard, but it's a little harder. Lois is around and does catch him escaping and seems to have evidence of him being Superman again. This happens so often in the 1950s, and of course he's going to worm his way out of it, that it barely even needs to be mentioned anymore. There isn't anything very different from each time she thinks she has him for him to just figure out a way out of it, unless something dramatically changes with one of these. So I'll see if I care to even mention them anymore. They're so basic to what a Superman story is and not particularly very different from each other. But this gang is coming for this guy for whatever reason. And Superman does some impressive things like putting a dome over, but he is trying, and it is a little difficult, but he's never being a doctor to him. He's mainly saving them. This should be like something about Clark Kent being sick. Clark Kent hero patient or something like that. Not saying I'm great with titles, I'm just saying it would be a more accurate title than called Dr. Superman. Does absolutely no doctoring in the story. And I actually like sort of the solution of the story. Not so much him defeating them. That was, of course, going to be easy. It was never much of a challenge for them. They have no shot against Superman. Even if they ran into that room and pointed a gun at the guy, they never even get that close to him. No, it turns out a formula was written on the bullet they shot him with to escape from the police in the first place, which is so ridiculous. I love it. There is a formula on the bullet inside the guy, so that's all they're after, and that's why they go for the doctor at the end, which Superman figures out because, well, really great vision. All he had to do was look at the bullet. But he captures them, and then the story's over. I wouldn't say that's much of a disappointing ending, because it just more or less ends because, well, time ran out, but it's less disappointing because we're spending a lot of time explaining the bullet ridiculousness. So at least it keeps me distracted away from just how simple the story was set and resolved. Okay, that is it from Action Comics 191, Call Dr. Superman. I keep wanting to say Call Me Dr. Superman, which is a different story in general, though I can imagine it. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Hit the bell icon to get notification when new videos up. I do this Monday through Friday, but Fridays is Bat Friday, where I cover a Batman story, either Detective Comics or Batman. And until next time, let's ponder the question, whatever did happen to the man of tomorrow. When Clark doesn't take enough sick days, people are going to notice that. Okay, have a great day.